So why is your cup of coffee getting more and more expensive? In case you hadn't noticed, it's becoming super expensive to get a cup of coffee from your local coffee shop, and a bag of beans can comfortably hit between 12 and 15 pounds. Well, there's three main reasons for this. 1, inflation, 2, global warming, and 3, just paying people better. Largely speaking, coffee is grown in a very specific part of the globe. So, around the equator, there is this region just above and this region just below. So this section across the world is pretty much where you're going to find all of the coffee grown. Now that's great, but coffee grows here in Central and South America, here in Africa, and here in Asia. The problem is, most of us that drink coffee that watch these videos live here. Now you might notice here is a long way from here, and that's a problem because oil is super expensive at the moment. If you haven't been following the news, Russia invaded just down here Ukraine. Why is that a problem? Well, because the rest of Europe went, we're not going to buy oil from you. So Russia decided to jack up the prices. Oil doesn't inherently have a connection to coffee, but of course coffee coming from a long way away means that the expense of transporting it to Europe has suddenly skyrocketed. Factor in other prices like milk that also needs to be transferred, and suddenly a cup of coffee is very, very expensive. Take into account that the British pound has also collapsed on the international market, and suddenly a cup of coffee has gone from £3 something to £5. And because coffee grows in this very specific region, it needs very specific conditions. The problem is with global warming, those conditions are becoming less and less because you need shade and a lot of water as well as persistent heat for coffee to grow. However, if that heat increases, your coffee yield suddenly becomes... Take into account that large South American coffee producers like Brazil and Colombia are also paying their coffee producers more, rightfully so, but suddenly cost of labour goes up. So when you factor in the trifecta of harder to grow coffee, higher labour costs, higher transport costs, suddenly coffee is really expensive. Am I going to stop drinking it though? Probably not.